Okie dokies, ladies and gents. So game number 2 here between Mr. Blast Ransom and RoX.KIS Adver. Mr. Adver spawning up to the north here as the purple Zergy. Down to the south we do have Mr. Blast Ransom, the winner of our last game, going to be spawning as the red Protoss. So, oh, it is the updated version. It was just like the tooltip that wasn't updated. So yay, good times. We are on the updated version of GSL Terminus SE, meaning that we will see no super ridiculous quick thirds. Zerg always loved this map for that super free quick third, but for now, we'll have to see. That being said, you know, getting a third base on this map can be very, very easy to hold that as well. And, you know, off the back of that, it just allows for some great macro games. So, Mr. Ransom for now. Interestingly enough, not actually walling in at the top of his ramp or even going for a Forge Fast Expand. He's just going for that style that we see White Ra do a lot, going for the pylon and gateway in his main. And actually sometimes, you know, if your opponent is going to 6-pull, this can be actually quite useful. Reason being is you can use the buildings to your advantage whilst microing probes, whereas if your buildings are out here, you can't protect them against something like a 6-pull. It just becomes very difficult indeed unless you have the absolute pristine response to what the Zerg is going to be doing. But now though, it looks like Adver is actually going to be able to claim a hatchery first, and that's a very greedy play. In fact, he even went up to 16 drones here to be able to get that hatchery first going. And looks like off the back of that, he will be getting a spawning pool down in just a second as well. So not going to take too many risks here. You do see some Zergies droning up after actually getting this hatchery first down, just a little bit, like 1 or 2 drones, but getting the spawning pool right after it means he will have Zerglings just in case his opponent does decide to get a little bit crazy and put some cannons down here, there, and everywhere. For now though, Ransom going to be mining gas very slowly. Very slowly. What the hell is going on? As he will have his initial Zealot out. And for now, this probie does see the hatchery first. I don't think he knows the entire timing on that, though. Will do very soon, though, for now. And it's actually quite interesting that Adver is relatively far behind in terms of income. In terms of supply. Basically because, you know, if Ransom was actually going for a Forge Fast Expand at the front here, this would look a lot more even, to be honest with you. But Adver, once he does get this hatchery up, is going to explode in terms of production. And he does have his speed going to be on the way in a bit. But for now, he's going to get 2 queens, I should assume. Second queen will be going down in a second. Yeah, we do have the second queen. Awesome. So for now, Mr. Adver. Actually, this Zealot could do a little bit of damage. Is he following this up with a Stalker? No, he actually is not. Oh, he is following up with a Stalker. It's sort of eluded me for a second there. So these guys are going to be relatively pesky. They will poke around, trying to get 1 or 2 drone kills. Might get a queen kill if he's really lucky. But eventually the Zerglings will come along and shoo those guys away. So I like the poke that Ransom's going for. And you know, on such a big map, you can actually really kind of get away with this. Not only the building placements that he's gone for, but also the 1-gate expand. You know, he's seen the timing of his hatchery. He's seen the timings of his gases and pools and things like that. So he will be able to get away with it pretty easily. I think he's actually going to get that drone, though. As drones are pretty darn fast, as you can see. That drone will eventually die, but in like another 30 seconds or so. Zealot does poke him, but not going to be able to do too much right now. Speed is on the way. And nice positioning of the Forge in order to be able to give us a little bit more of a defensive position here by Ransom. Does finally get that drone. The drone, though, has actually seen all it needed to, really. Sees the Forge going down, sees the second gateway going down at the front here. So he, without actually seeing this Nexus, he does know 1 is on the way. Zerglings will be able to get the Zealot, but probably not the Stalker at this point in time. Stalker actually needs to run home pretty quickly, as the metabolic boost will be on the way. And for now, looks like we do have third gateway, and ooh, Stargate going down relatively quickly here for Ransom. How much has this Overlord seen? Not a whole lot here, but he did see the transfer away, so he's going to know that that Nexus wasn't cancelled for any ridiculous shenanigans that were going to be going on. And Stalker barely walls this off. Ooh, that was a bit risky. 1 Zergling did get in, and the most important thing about that, he saw the Stargate. I wonder if he clicked on it. He may have clicked on it, he may not have, but nice wall in here by Blast Ransom. In slight kind of desperation, that was a bit close. with that Stalker actually getting away eventually, with that speed kicking him. But he, you know, he got that away, so it's all good. Third has gone down for Abva though. The thing is, when Ronsom was actually bringing this Stalker home, the drone to head out to plant this third was actually seen by that Stalker. So I'm interested to know as to whether or not he's actually seen this expansion, knows that this expansion is going to be going down. He is getting Phoenix, so he may end up flying over there to do a little bit of scouting around. No reason not to. But generally, this isn't the place you would normally see a Zerg take a third on this map. Normally, they are over here. I mean, despite these rocks being up, it just delays it and third from going down at, say, like, the ridiculous 4 or 5 minute mark. Not the kind of 8 minute mark where he's going to be able to nibble away, as you can see up to the north here, and finally kill that off. So we do have Twilight Council on the way, plus one weapon's going to be going down as well. Looks like he's going to be playing for the long term here. The reason I'm saying that Ronsom's going to be playing for the long term more than anything is Phoenix, just in general, without any Void Ray support, is just wanting to whittle drones down. There's no other reason you would be going for Phoenix, unless you want to start picking up Zerglings, but that's the most ridiculous thing in the world. And he will be able to fly around and pick off as many drones, and that's going to stifle Abva a little bit going on into the mid and late. We do have that fourth already going down for Abva though. And for now, he's getting his creep spread going. We do have Gas is going down. It looks like Mr. Abva may end up transferring into Mutalisk play here. But considering he's just seen these Phoenix with his Zerglings, he may not actually go for the Mutalisk play. And that's a nice thing by Ronsom, to not only go for this just in case you want to, you know, stifle your opponent's kind of mid-game economy, but also to be able to deal with any kind of Mutalisk play that does come along. We've been seeing a few Protoss nowadays going kind of even 2-star gate with just Zealot accompaniment on the low ground, and just going for a huge amount of Phoenix in order to be able to deal with the Mutalisks. Ronsom for now doing a pretty good job of harassing here. Hasn't really killed off any of these queens though, and a Spore Crawler does in fact finish. He will be able to get 1 or 2 Overlords, which is rather nice. This will supply block Abva for just a second, as we only have another 1 Overlord on the way. So very nice play right now by Ronsom. Looks like we have the layer morphing in. More Spore Crawlers going to be going down in defensive positions. Already has some over here. The problem with hidden bases is it always takes quite a while to get them droned up. You can't, in theory, transfer... Wow, he's really heavily supply blocked. You can't, in theory, just transfer a load of drones to a hidden expansion, because unless you can guarantee your opponent doesn't have any vision along that path, because then you're just going to reveal your hidden expansion and then it's just going to die, which really sort of sucks. So for now we do have Blink on the way, as well as +2 weapons for Mr. Ronsom, so he may end up gearing up for a very heavy Blink 2 base play off the back of this. Right now, he actually hasn't even started working on these rocks. These Stalkers very... I mean, because he hasn't started working on these rocks, that sort of says to me that he's going to be going for a 2 base. But his opponent right now is getting an Infestation Pit, getting a Spire. Spire, I can assume just for Corruptors once his opponent decides to maybe go for Colossus. I don't see why he'd be going for any Mutalisk count right now. But actually, now that I think about it, he may end up just going for Mutalisks. He's seen that his opponent has been sticking around on 5 Phoenix, and no more have rendezvoused. So that could mean that his Ronsom for now is not going to be heading up to any more. Ronsom has a really nice supply lead though right now. These Phoenix have done a great job. I mean, okay, so not only do these Phoenix come in and disrupt the mining of his opponent right now, how many worker kills has he got? He's got 9, but you also have to count the amount of Spore Crawlers that have gone down. And if you're not going to commit to any more air tech, that's even more drones that have been completely useless. Right now, poking in here, he has already seen it, is trying to take the precautions with these Spine Crawlers. Nice attempt at a surround with these Zerglings, but there's too many Blink Stalkers right now. This +2 Blink timing is going to be absolutely fantastic here. He will be able to take down a lot of these Spines. He may just kill Abva off right here, right now, as Abva is so up against the ropes. Didn't have enough units out to be able to deal with this at all. And all these Zerglings that are currently being rallied are just kind of being separated. He needs to be able to clump these up to be able to attack this force. But even then, I'm not so sure it would have been able to do much. Nice force field on the ramp will be able to deny a lot of the reinforcing units here for Abva. And Ronsom is just dominating this match. Not only with the Phoenix play, not only forcing his opponent to make so many spores, kill off so many drones, around 9 in total. But there you go, GG, ladies and gentlemen, as Ronson is going to take 2 games for Blast over RoX.KIS. We'll be back with Game 3 in just a second.